Thank you all for coming tonight. Welcome to our 10th CCEW final presentation celebrating the completion of our 13th CCEW semester. The weather was so beautiful outside, we were trying to find a way to take this all outside, but we couldn't get the projectors bright enough to see these. So you're stuck in here for the next couple hours. We also recognize that there's a lot of stuff going on in Oklahoma City and Norman tonight. The Thunder, go Thunder. Come on, go Thunder. And a big event in Norman going on tonight, so we very much appreciate that this was your venue of choice. We'll definitely get you out so you can see the final stomp down in Memphis a little bit later. But we're glad you're here. We've had just a tremendous semester, a terrific group of interns, terrific group of students working on some very hard problems, and they've come up with some terrific answers. I'm really proud of the effort that they put in, and they really reflected the values that we espouse in CCEW, to work hard and really have fun and play hard as well. I think one of the defining aspects of our semester is that the students worked on things that were meaningful to them and their world. Our software business accelerator team was tackling a problem with studying efficiency in college. I don't know, I think that relates to something that they may know. Our QGGMS team worked on a oil and gas technology, obviously very important for the economy of Oklahoma, but we also had a couple petroleum engineers who were having a big impact on their eventual industry. And our social entrepreneurship team was working on a water technology to address some water issues in Ethiopia. One of the team members from Ethiopia, obviously a personal connection, but all the team members working on something very important for OU's Water Center, which is dedicated towards not only doing research on water issues for developing regions, but also implementing. So very important for OU and the OU community as well. So I think we've had a terrific set of students, a great set of projects, great impact is going to be had on it. I think one of the most important aspects for me is that all three teams actually have something to do after the semester is over on their projects. We have our QGDMS team going to present to some industry leaders with their inventor here in a couple of months. Our team focused, Quench Tech, focused on our Ethiopian water project, will continue to solidify their partnerships over the summer, ultimately culminating in presentation and meeting with those partners who are coming here for the OU Global Water Conference. So a terrific opportunity there. And our software team will continue to develop their software over the summer, make sure it gets on the App Store and gets implemented here at OU. So I feel blessed and gratified that the teams feel that excited and passionate about their projects and want to see them forward, and ultimately see them to the point of having some impact. Now, we have a couple of offshoot programs here that we started last year at CCEW, one being the Software Business Accelerator and the Social Entrepreneurship. And let me tell you, those new projects are just flourishing. We've had a ton of pull, a ton of interest from a whole range of new constituents and members of the OU community to be a part of both of these topics. Our Software Business Accelerator with the School of Computer Science and OUIT has really three goals. One is to be the place for clean sheet application development. And that's what you'll see with Studio, one of our projects today. But from last semester, our team CrowdStory worked all semester to complete their app, get it on the App Store, do another revision, go to South by Southwest and get it launched in a national stage. They've been PR machines. In fact, one of the handouts that you picked up on your way in was an article that came out in Fast Company today talking about CrowdStory. It's been a huge, just smashing success, and I'm really proud of that team. Our social entrepreneurship track had a ton of pull and interest. This was a topic that was introduced to us and brought to us and requested by our students. We've had now 2 projects focused on social entrepreneurship. One of the teams from last semester, I-China, went to a national competition and won the social entrepreneurship track competition. And they're going to China this summer with their inventor to help launch I-China and get it started in the area that they've targeted, which is just incredible progress and impact from our social entrepreneurship track as well. We've also had a terrific symposium with the new College of International Studies, really attracting a lot of new people to the topic of social entrepreneurship, and I hope for the first of many new events that we work together on to really weave the fabric of social entrepreneurship across the university. It's such a hot and growing topic around the globe, and we really should be leaders on this topic. I mentioned awards. We've had some terrific awards bestowed upon CCW, and I feel blessed that it's been a reflection of the students' efforts. We've been recognized as an Innovator of the Year from the Journal Record. We've had a number of our students participate in the Governor's Cup competition, winning both the undergraduate and graduate competition along with the Price College. We've had a number of individual awards, including Ashley Zumwalt, who won the Paulson Award at the Governor's Cup. So it's just been a terrific banner semester. We do have a couple of sad notes, though. We're going to be losing 2 CCW legends. Don't worry, there are no embarrassing pictures of you. We're losing Mariana Barrientos. Mariana has been just an absolute rock of the program. She is the tree trunk of the family tree. As an intern, as a team leader, as a program manager, as a director of programs, every single team can trace back their roots to Mariana and her guidance. She has been just a wonderful person to work with. I think Ann Pereira summed it up best for me was when we completed her project last semester, she said, I'm sure going to miss Mariana's big smile every day. And I certainly will as well. We are losing her to a great place, though. I hear it's a very good business school. She's going to Kellogg to pursue her passion of eventually taking over the economy of Bolivia. Mariana will miss you. She would not be far away. And we're also losing another legend. Holly Rowe is going to pursue a opportunity in the private sector, joining a PR firm based in Portland focused on high-tech and software marketing. Super excited about this opportunity for her. Sad to lose her. It's been so wonderful watching Holly develop from an intern to now a mature professional leader. It's been just a pleasure working with her. So with those sad notes, we'll turn it over now to Daniel Plum to introduce a few more topics about CCW and Mariana.
Thank you, Jeff. About a year ago, I reluctantly handed over the reins of CCW to Jeff Moore, and I really commend him on pursuing an aggressive growth strategy, a diversification strategy that I think collectively will create outsized impact on Oklahoma's economy and on the lives of even more of our students, faculty, and staff. So you've done a really great job this year. I'm very proud of you taking the torch and made it even brighter. I was asked to talk a little bit tonight about sort of CCW, its history, and sort of in the importance of economic development and the university's role in economic development in Oklahoma. And I'm really thrilled with the progress of CCW over the last 5 years. And like many of the opportunities that you see tonight, CCW just 5 years ago was nothing more than an idea or a concept, something with potential, but it had not really navigated the transition from sort of the laboratory of ideas to the marketplace of impact. And I think today we can firmly say that the program has crossed that chasm and is making a difference in Oklahoma and the world. When I reflect on the companies that have been started, the capital that's been raised, the student experiences that have been fostered through this program, I can't help but continue to be heartened about the important role and perhaps maybe the obligation that the University of Oklahoma has to grow and diversify Oklahoma's economy. I'm also pleased to see so many people from the community here tonight. It's a really important aspect of what CCW is all about. I want to introduce you to a few special guests. I think that will be indicative of the level of support that we have both inside the university community, but outside as well. First, tonight we have Tom Clark, who's the CEO of Tulsa Air, who's also a member of the OU Board of Regents. Tom, thank you very much for being here. Tom has been a generous supporter of CCW, not only intellectually, but has also, for many years, sponsored the majority of the student scholarships that go into this program. So, Tom, thank you so much for that. Dr. Jerry Clancy, who's both the president of OU Tulsa as well as the president of the Tulsa Metro Chamber, an important economic development partner of the University of Oklahoma. Dr. Clancy. We have Paul Risser, who is the chair of the University of Oklahoma Research Cabinet, but also serves as the executive director of the EDGE Fund, which is one of the most prominent sources of capital put behind technology development opportunities in this state. A very important program. And Paul, thank you for being here tonight. From the local community, we have Ross Robinson from the Norman Economic Development Coalition, who manages the business incubator on Campus Corner. Thank you, Ross, for being here. We have at least two of our deans here tonight. We have Tom Landers from the College of Engineering and Larry Rolott from the College of Earth and Energy. Gentlemen, thank you for both being here. As I scan the faces, many other business leaders from across the state. Why that's important is that CCW's work could not be accomplished without the growing collaboration between not only university resources, but other economic development enablers in Oklahoma and other collaborators and community leaders across the state. In fact, every time we have this, I think it's actually becoming a biannual mechanism to spur important intellectual discourse and dialogue that will allow us to collectively come together to maximize our ability to move our state forward. So I appreciate not only your presence, but your interaction with these students, with these ideas. These are important conversations, and we need to do them with very good frequency. When I think about CCW, I always also think about two different types of return on investment. What are we really getting out of the resources that are put behind CCW? Well, tonight I think you'll see some very near-term impact, and over the past 5 years we'll see some mid-term impact. And that's the economic development and diversification that occurs from the creation of new companies, new jobs, new products and services that benefit us all. That's a wonderful return on investment. You'll see that tonight. But what gets me jazzed, what gets me out of bed every morning, what I love to do here is think about that second return on investment. It's the return that we get on our investment in our young people in this program. Where they're going, what they're achieving, and their rapid ascension into the true fabric of business leadership in the state of Oklahoma. We may lose a few of them for a few years. Maybe they're going to Kellogg or Harvard Business School or Google or Goldman Sachs or McKinsey, all of those places, that's happening. But we understand that through their experience in this program, they're developing the network, the confidence, the ability to believe that it can be done in Oklahoma, and a willingness to bring their talents to bear over the long term, right here in the center stage. And that's the long-term return on investment I'm talking about, and that's what I'm playing for with this program. So looking at all of you, I'm going to watch all of your careers like a hawk, and I'm going to see you in many leadership roles for decades to come. Now, in addition to CCW, OU's broader economic development efforts are truly in full swing. And I think a lot of this is owed to the meteoric rise in our research and scholarly activity. Just in the last year alone, OU's Norman campus, by itself, eclipsed the $100 million mark in research and scholarly activity. Never happened before here in Norman. At the same time, we achieved a 40-year-long goal of the university to be ranked amongst the nation's elite comprehensive research institutions by being named Carnegie I or Carnegie Very High status, the highest honor that can be bestowed on a comprehensive research institution. And that's important not only for the credential, but it's important because it is emblematic of the depth and breadth of innovation that is ongoing at the University of Oklahoma. Those innovations are turning into patents. Those patents are turning into commercialization opportunities that are creating new products and new services to benefit mankind. That's real impact. That designation and that level of research activity is also important because it's catching the eye and the ear of corporate America. And our ability to respond to engagement opportunities with the world's leading private sector organizations is going to drive sponsored research. It's going to drive enhanced student recruitment of our talent. And it maybe, just maybe, it's going to drive exactly the type of activity that's going on right here, OU's research campus, which 7 years ago had a whopping 0 square footage of space for private, government, and university collaboration. Let me tell you, folks, right now we're knocking on the door of 1 million square feet, and we're full, and we're pre-sold, and we've literally got private sector companies standing in line to bring their business prospects to this soil to engage with our top faculty, their intellectual leadership, the energy and enthusiasm of the talent pipeline that this university generates, and to take advantage of the quality of life and livability of Oklahoma. What a compelling value proposition for corporate America and corporations the world over. So we're trying to keep up with demand, we're trying to be thoughtful, but any way you look at it, what a wild Oklahoma success story. There are many of you in the crowd tonight that had a hand in that, and I'm so pleased for your contributions. We're all blessed to be at the University of Oklahoma right now and to be right here on the research campus. Finally tonight, I want to underscore what Jeff Moore said about Polly and Mariana, two tremendous assets. In fact, Mariana was one of the very first people I talked to when I joined the university about 5 years ago. And I came here on the back of an idea that CCW could make a real difference in Oklahoma's future. And it was kind of an amorphous concept, and I had some trouble explaining it first, but I called one of my former professors, Dr. Lex Holmes, and I said, Lex, doctor, sir, I'm looking for a few good folks. And he immediately said, you need to talk to Mariana Barrientos. She is wicked smart, and she has energy and enthusiasm. She wants to run through a brick wall and do something great, and I don't know if she knows what it is, and I don't know if I know what it is, but you've got to meet her. And I met her. And she was this bright-eyed undergrad, again, just all energy and all intellect and enthusiasm. And 5 years later, she's really kind of been the mother of CCW. So I wish you the best of luck, Mariana. Wish you the best of luck, Holly. Thank you so much for your service. We could not have done this without you. And thank you so much. And like I did for 4 years, and like Jeff has for the last year, I'm now turning the program over to you.
Thank you, Daniel. I have to admit that over the past week, I've had one of the hardest times of my life coming up with tonight's remarks. And I thought writing business school essays was hard. But I finally came up with something thanks to Holly Rowe, our dear fellow strategic analyst, who a few weeks ago asked me to define what CCEW meant for me in one word. And I instantaneously thought of opportunity. I believe that this word is also very descriptive of your experience, of the experience of the CCEW class of spring 2011. This is so because you have taken full advantage of the opportunity to become company founders when entrepreneurship was just a thought in the back burner of your very busy student lives a few months ago. You've taken full advantage of the opportunity to find a solution for a problem that is affecting millions in a country thousands of miles away, 8,118 to be exact. And you have taken full advantage of the opportunity to become strategy masters for the commercialization of a technology you do nothing just 3 months ago. Along the way, you have deliberately defied gravity via some skydiving projects. You have eaten unhealthy amounts of ice cream at unhealthy hours in the evening. You have tasted the best Ethiopian cuisine that Oklahoma has to offer. And in summary, you have become close comrades to each other, and you've earned a very well-deserved spot in the legendary dynasty of nearly 100 interns who have come before you. As a class, you've also upheld very high the standard of academic diversity that is so characteristic of CCEW and that has been paramount to the success of the program over the past 5 years. The 14 of you represent 12 majors across 6 colleges, including arts and sciences, business, engineering, earth and energy, journalism and honors. And more important and more impressive than these and that your 3.8 GPA across the board is the fact that over the course of your CCEW tenure, the journalism major became a financial analyst. the electrical engineering major became a market researcher, and the letters major became a marketing specialist. This transformation attests to the caliber of your intellectual capacity, to the intensity of your work ethic, and also to the power of your drive. All I have to say is congratulations for turning your passion for your projects into impactful actions and recommendations for you and for Oklahoma, for becoming, like Jeff would like to say, problem-solving leaders in only a little over 3 months, and for the memories and the fellowship that you have created amongst yourselves, which will ultimately be a gift that you'll get to carry with you throughout your lives as part of the close-knit community of CCEW. Since this is my last final presentation, after 6 final presentations, I would like to take the opportunity to first hand the torch to Valerie Myers. Valerie, please. Val has been an outstanding alumni of CCEW herself. She and I are actually in the same kind of generation of CCEW interns back in the days of the creation of the program. And I cannot think of a better person to lead the next generations of CCEW. I would also like to thank all of the CCEW staff members who have worked with me and who have made of the past 3 years of my life the best I could ever imagine. A lot of you are in the audience tonight: Chris Schilling, Anna Prim, Michael Limbo, Jason Duval, Holly Brown, Madison Walker, and Javier. How could I forget Javier? Thank you for all the memories, for all the anecdotes, and for all the lessons that we've learned together. I would also like to thank especially Daniel, Instigation Pulling, who has been really the inspiration for so many of my dreams and those of so many CCEW interns. And Jeff, the structure, Pulling, more, who really over the past year has helped me form that foundation and has helped me to become a problem-solving leader myself, to structure my strategy to the accomplishment of my dreams. Lastly, I would just like to thank OU and CCEW for, on one hand, being a home for my intellectual curiosity over the past 3 years, and also, more importantly, a family away from home. So, without further ado, if Jeff and Jenny are ready, I would like to invite our first guest of the evening, Dr. Sridhar Radhakrishnan, to the stage. Dr. Radhakrishnan is a professor and director of the OU School of Computer Science. He is also a very close friend of the program and a co-founder of CCEW's Software Business Accelerator. Dr. Radhakrishnan will be introducing our first presentation of the evening.